Hello Virgo, and welcome to your mid-April 2019 reading. So these are not particularly love focused or general focused. They're more so just what you need to know at this time. So allow me just a moment to go ahead and lay out your messages here. And again, this is for Virgo, mid-April 2019. A lot of you are feeling very emotional at this time, and I feel like you're trying to gain peace of mind, or peace over your emotional state. I should say that. I feel like there's been some emotional disruption, and you're just really wanting things to settle down. You are, like something may have upset you greatly, and you're trying to obtain peace in your emotional state. You don't want any disruption. You don't want any emotional fluctuation. You don't want any up and down. It's like, I'm just seeing like an ocean with very choppy waters. I feel like something where your emotions are very up and down, or they're all over a place. It's like every time you think that things are going to be still, something happens, and then, it causes disruption, and it's overwhelming for you. Yeah, I'm picking up like a quite overwhelming energy here. So let's see what is going on. Some of you have put an end to a particular relationship. Yeah, so again, feeling very emotional at this time. Some of you may be involved with a water sign, which is a Pisces, a Cancer, or a Scorpio. In particular, Scorpio, because we have the Death card here. But nonetheless, you're feeling vulnerable at this time. Okay. So, there's a lot of blue here, and I see the blue as emotions, right? So, and this is a shade of light blue as well. So I feel like eventually it's going to alleviate, but there's something that you're trying to figure out. There's something that you're trying to piece together. Water, again, a lot of you may be involved with water signs. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. So that explains, why I was getting the image with the ocean. This is a heavily emotional reading. That doesn't mean that it's always negative. It's just, we all go through things. So with the Death card here at the center of the reading, this is about making changes, a state of transformation. For a lot of you, this may be an ending to a relationship, an ending to a friendship, or just some changes that you're going through in general in your life. I'm definitely picking up heavy Scorpio vibes here. I'm being drawn to the stinger. So you may feel like someone has betrayed you, or they've stabbed you in your back in some way. I feel like someone was, I'm getting like looking over your shoulder, or you may feel like you're looking over your shoulder. It's kind of like, I'm seeing this as like a hidden enemy. So you may have someone that I feel like you didn't expect for them to behave this way towards you. They may have been, a secret hater, and you had absolutely no awareness of this. So there's something that you're trying to figure out. You're trying to piece together, what happened, or why is this person behaving this way. And this is often reoccurring karmic obstacles as well. So for some of you guys, this has been a pattern or a repeated theme of some kind. You're doing a lot of self-reflection at this time, and I feel like you're just wanting someone to love you and to nurture you and to take care of you. It's like wanting someone to take you under their wing, so to speak. You're really needing support. Something has occurred that has made you feel vulnerable. For some of you, you may have expressed yourself to someone. It can go vice versa. So in the past here, someone has made an expression of love, okay? But it's showing up. This is where it may have been an expression of love through vulnerability. It may have not been necessarily genuine. Some of you have been taken advantage of where you're feeling vulnerable and you're feeling a little down at this time. And you may have someone who, it's like they're trying to manipulate you. They're playing off your emotions. They may be trying to provoke you. I also picked that up. Be careful of someone trying to start an argument with you or provoke you in some kind of way. I feel like, so here in your environment, you have the Princess of Swords. This is someone who is argumentative and combative, okay? It can be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, for some of you guys, but the water is so predominant here. Nonetheless, this is someone who is, they're argumentative. And I feel like this is coming towards you, okay, because it, again, it's showing up in your environment. What's showing up for you is the Princess of Cups. So for some of you, you know, I'm just going to be honest, some of you are manipulating someone or, you know, playing on their emotions in some kind of way, but it may be because this person provokes you. It's like someone may be provoking you, and then in turn, it changes how you typically act because you're emotionally invested. You know, it's like, the best way I can think how to describe it is you're acting out of character at this time. I'll say that. You're typically very grounded and very stable. So something here has happened. I feel like it's caught you off guard. And you feel that you've been manipulated. This indicates feeling indecisive, feeling wishy-washy, not being sure where you stand. And that's why you're unable. Some of you are dealing with someone who plays the victim. But this is someone who, you know, it's where they're flip-flopping back and forth. So for some of you, that's you. But for others of you, it's someone you're involved with. And, you know, we can't always blame others for our actions. So, you know, it seems like you're treading a very thin line here. And that may be why you're deciding that the best thing to do is to walk away. Like, if you're dealing with someone who's provoking you, you know, they're manipulating you, and then it makes you, like, want to get back at them. That's what I should say. I feel like you're wanting to get back at someone, you know, whether that's through some type of revenge or retaliation. Be very careful of that, because sometimes it doesn't pay to get back. Sometimes it's better just to take the high road and walk away. And I feel like that's what some of you are realizing with the Death card here. It's like you're trying to rise above. You're trying to make a clean break. And I feel like someone's trying to provoke you. It's like they want to keep you on a leash, so to speak. You have the Strength card showing up in your outcome. So this is all about trying to be strong, making sure that you have a backbone, you know, where you're determined. I'm getting that some of you, there's a need to stand up for yourself. And, you know, the Strength card, it's where we have to have a lot of courage. So some of you, it's like you're having to reach down deep within, and you're having to tell yourself, you know, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. I feel like there's something you're trying to make it through. With the Prince of Wands here, you know, this is someone who's a liar. They're flaky, they're flighty, they're not genuine, they're in and out, back and forth, you know, very indecisive. And they do this because they're lacking in self-confidence. But either way, this is not, it's not a good energy to experience. So some of you do feel taken advantage of, as I said. You may predominantly, it can be someone who is like they're intimate with you and then they leave. But nonetheless, this is someone who's wearing a mask. They're never honest. It's someone who's very immature. It's also, you know, with the Lion here, is someone who is cowardly. Is someone who is cowardly. And I feel like with this Ace of Cups showing up here in the foundation, this is all about, again, the emotional state. For some of you, you've been in a relationship with this person. It's showing up in the foundation. You may have had someone that, you know, you thought it was going to be, you thought they were genuine, and now you've realized that they're not. You've realized that they're not. Someone may have taken advantage of you financially by manipulating your emotions, like they used you for money, pretty much. For others of you, someone used you for sex. You have the Knight of Swords showing up here in your crowning energy. So this is where we're trying to get away from a situation. So someone is trying to run from you, or you're trying to run from them. This is like, you know, the runner and the chaser, pretty much. And I feel as though you have some things that you're wanting to get off your chest. And I feel like someone is not listening to you. Or, you know, they're being argumentative with you. And I'm also picking up that you feel blindsided. I think I said that from the beginning. You're feeling blindsided or taken off guard. It's like something that you didn't expect to happen. With the Eight of Swords here, this represents interference. It's where there's a continual roadblock. And you're going from the Seven of Swords to the Eight of Swords. So I feel like this is escalating. Like this is something that's already happening. But then it's escalating. You know, like this is what I'm trying to say. With the Seven of Swords, you're feeling like someone may be sneaking around. You're questioning, you know, what's going on? What's going on here? You're trying to put the pieces of the puzzle together. With the Eight of Swords, something is escalating. This is often interference. It can be third-party interference, but nonetheless, you know, it's roadblocks. So there's something that you're continuously trying to work at, and you keep coming up empty. And for a lot of you, it is a relationship. It's got you very emotional at this time. You're dealing with someone who is irresponsible. I feel like they're always out for themselves. They come across as very selfish. With the Two of Wands here, this is where at one point you felt like this person was your ideal mate. This does represent where there's chemistry. You know, it's two people who are very much alike. But again, I'm getting selfishness here. I feel like you're dealing with someone who wants everything for themselves. I'm also getting like overindulgence. So for some of you, there's some overindulgence going on here. Also, as a side note, some of you guys may be getting your eyes checked at this time. I'm getting like actual issues with your vision. So you may be scheduling like eye appointments and things like that. But this is where, you know, someone manipulated you to make you think that, I'm getting like they may have mirrored you. And that is where someone pretends that they have the same interests, the same goals. They pretend to be interested in the same things you are. They pretend, you know, that everything is okay when it's not. And then when that mask comes off and you really see them for who they are, it can be very, you know, like I said, you've been blindsided. You've been taken off guard. And this is a manipulative tactic that often, you know, narcissists use this. Mirroring is a real thing where someone does something just to catch you, just to have you, just to get you in their life, just to try and keep you invested. It's like they were pretending to be like you. With the Chariot here, some of you may be involved with someone at a distance. This is often traveling for me. Some of you are arguing about a person's whereabouts. Like, where are you going? Where were you? What were you doing? I feel like there's some missing hours. like where the time is not being accounted for. And you're wondering what this person is doing. Like they may be telling you they're going to run errands, and then they're gone for a ridiculously long time. Those types of things. And I'm also getting a sense of ego here, where they think that they can, like at this point, you feel like they're just insulting you. They think that, and I also pick up, they may be trying to keep tabs on you because they're doing some type of dirty deeds. Definitely. And they may be turning it around on you and making false accusations towards you. It's like they're giving away their guilt by accusing you of things. You're dealing with someone who's very immature. And like I said, I'm just getting, fake. They're a fake and they are a phony, and this is just something that you didn't expect. I feel like you didn't see it. So some of you are actually like looking for clues in a person's vehicle, like where they've been. You may be looking to see if there's any objects in there that you don't recognize. I feel like you're going through documents, vehicles, maybe someone's phone. You're trying to get answers, and you're determined that you're going to get them. I feel like you having answers is of vital significance right now, because you're feeling as though it's difficult to close out this chapter without having the answers that you need. And that's just human nature. But, you're feeling like you're coming up short here. You have the Five of Cups showing up in the outcome. So this is where you're feeling disappointed. You're feeling like someone has let you down. And showing up on top of the Strength card, for some of you, you're disappointed in this person for not being strong enough for you. Like you may be going through something and you need them to be your backbone. You need them to be supportive like you would them. And I feel like they're not having your back at this time. And it may be something that may be why you're feeling vulnerable. Because for some of you, this is a serious committed relationship, or where there's a lot of emotions invested, and you're feeling like, they're not being there for you. It's like someone has taken away your sense of security. With the Six of Cups here, for some of you guys, this is someone from the past. Or, as I said, someone you've known for quite some time. This is where we're feeling nostalgic. We're wanting things to go back to how they used to be. Or we're just reflecting on the past in general, okay? I feel like with the Star here in your crowning energy, you're praying. You're very focused on your spirituality at this time. This is, hoping, wishing, praying. I feel like you're reaching out to someone and you're pouring out how you feel. And you're wanting things to be reciprocated, or you're wanting them to be light and breezy and, just get rid of this emotional heaviness. So with the Eight of Wands here in the past, this is communication, and it's things happening in a quick manner, okay? So someone has, like I said, there was an expression of love here. This may have came through a text message, on social media. For some of you, it's definitely social media. But, someone may have even asked you to borrow money. I feel like someone may have borrowed money from you and you helped them out because you're emotionally invested. You care about them. And then you're going through a time of need and they're not being there. Some of you have a specific goal or dream that you're trying to achieve. And you may be needing someone to help you, to help you get there. Like this could be paying for school, you know, anything. Like some of you, you need financial assistance. With the Four of Swords here in the foundation, this does indicate, you know, trying to make amends, trying to find a balance, trying to work things out. And it's showing up in the foundation. So I'm picking up for some of you guys, like, where someone came back around. And like I said, they may have been someone very significant to you. And I feel that they came back around, they reached out to you, they expressed how they felt. And either they've disappointed you by going back on what they said, or, you know, you were feeling vulnerable, so you reached out to someone and started the communication again, and now you regret it. It's like some of you, this is a relationship that's already ended, and someone went through a time of financial difficulty, and it made them feel vulnerable. So then they reached out to the other person, you know, as in a love relationship, just because they needed support and nurturing. And I feel like as soon as things improve financially, here they go being wishy-washy again. With the Two of Swords here, this does indicate that you will be finding peace. Like I said from the beginning, you will be making peace with this situation, but it's going to escalate. Like, it's going to get worse before it gets better. That's what I was trying to say. You're trying to piece it together. Things are going to get a little bit more intense, but then you're going back down to the two. So you will be reaching peace. You will be making peace. Some of you are making up with someone where they're coming in, they're expressing their feelings, and you're trying to work things out. You're trying to make amends because there's still a great deal of feelings here. You may be trying to forgive someone, or, you know, they may be asking you for forgiveness, but you're a little indecisive because you know this person has you know the types of traits and qualities that they have. You know that they can be wishy-washy and flaky. I feel like they've disappointed you and they've hurt you before, so you don't trust them all the way. With the Seven of Cups here, again, this is emotional discord. I said this from the beginning. You guys are going through a lot in terms of your emotions. And for some of you, you're feeling this way and the other person. I'm very much getting this mirroring effect here. Some of you are involved with someone who's very manipulative, where like you say something to them and they come back at you with the same exact thing, even if that's not really what they're feeling. Like if you tell someone, you know, I want to make up, I love you, I want to be together, and then they say that back to you, you know, like where you think there's an agreement and they don't really mean it. Yeah, that's going to make you feel like you have the tendency to walk on eggshells. It's like you're feeling like the emotional aspect is very up and down. You're questioning how someone feels because they're not being genuine. And I did say this can go vice versa, but that's what I'm picking up. I feel as though, you know, someone's just saying whatever they need to say to not hurt someone's feelings, or, you know, to keep getting financial benefits. Something like that. And I don't feel they really mean it. And with the Tower here, it's showing up in the environment. But with the Tower here, this is like a sudden eye-opening moment. Some of you, someone is looking at you this way, where they feel like you're not being genuine for them, and, you know, like you're stringing them along, okay? Like you're just playing with them. And for some of you, you have been genuine, and it's starting to get under your skin that they're even questioning you. But, you know, it'll just vary depending on who you are. Either way, with this Tower here, it is an epiphany moment. It is an eye-opening moment. And I feel that there is some arguing here. For some of you, someone's just going to get in their vehicle and leave. I definitely see that for some of you guys. You have the Moon showing up in your outcome. This is where, you know, you're questioning. This is lies, cover-ups, things that are hidden. So someone is disappointing you yet again. And I don't mean to be negative. You know, I'm just giving you your messages. Some of you guys, there's going to be an argument with this person. They may be trying to provoke you on purpose. Like trying to start an argument on purpose so that then they can leave. And I do feel there's questioning of a person's whereabouts. And this, you know, the moon also indicates fear. But, you know, so those of you, some of you are fearing that this person is going to disappoint you again, that they're going to let you down again. That's why you're feeling wishy-washy. You're not certain about them. But I feel like deep inside, you really want it to work out. But then others of you, you know, you're like, no, I'm going to be strong and I'm going to overcome this because you've let me down way too many times. And I feel like you're adding things up in your head. And you're putting things together. Like there's some type of secrets that you're slowly piecing things together. And I feel like when you confront this person, you know, it's like they're automatically on the defense. And a lot of times when someone's automatically on the defense, it's because they're guilty. So there may be an argument, like just, you know, just where they're trying to find an excuse to leave. Some of you are finding out that someone is not where they say they are. Or, you know, they're not really doing what they say that they're doing. I'm getting like questioning whereabouts, questioning what they're doing, who they're talking to. It's like there's a lot of questioning going on in your reading. You're in a position right now where you're waiting. I feel like you're waiting on answers, or you're waiting on someone to make the changes necessary for you to grow. Okay? With the Two of Pentacles here, this is where you're trying to find a balance. You're trying to get a person to change, or relocate, or you're thinking about changing or relocating. It's like you know that something is not working out and that changes have to be made, whether you're going to work it out or whether you're not. So you're trying to figure everything out. You may feel like you're in a little bit of a limbo state, so to speak, right now. But a lot of you, it's like you're waiting on someone. I definitely picked that up. You may be dealing with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is showing up in your past. Very often I see this as someone who, like they burn their bridges, right? It's someone who's very determined and very driven, but they can come across as arrogant, you know, or selfish, or very, very stubborn. That's what I see here. And it did show up in the past, okay, with your Eight of Wands. So some type of communication here. You may have, you know, where you expressed how you felt to someone and it's like they didn't want to hear it, or they were being resistant to it, or they were stubborn to it in some kind of way. And I feel like you've been trying to turn a blind eye and you've been waiting on them to grow up. But deep down inside, you're waiting on them to make the changes for you to come together. With the Nine of Cups here in the foundation, many of you may be single, or, you know, like I said, where you've ended a situation, or you may be deciding that you're better off being single. The Nine of Cups does indicate wish fulfillment, so I'm very happy that something positive is coming through here. But this is where, you know, there are options on the table. You may have more than one person that is trying to come back around. But I feel like there's one specific person that you really want to invest in. But you're not sure. You're not sure about it. Some of you, this person needs to get themselves together financially. Others of you, it's like they need to learn moderation. I'm picking up, you know, like moderation with finances. Just getting more grounded overall. Balancing work life, home life, play life. You know, those types of things. Like, it can't be fun and games all the time. You know, we have to have our priorities. Like, we have to budget as adults. You know, we have to budget. Those types of things. It's like those types of basic things. You're dealing with someone who needs to, I want to say, learn more about life. And you have been patient and you have been understanding. And it's like someone is really starting to concern you at this time, where you're like, you know, maybe they're not going to get it together. That's what I'm getting for some of you, where you've been holding out for this person. They may have been telling you, oh, you know, I need to make some more money and then we're going to move in together. I need to make some more money and then we're going to solidify the relationship. Just let me get myself together financially and then, you know, we'll be together. As I said, this Nine of Cups, you might technically be single, but I feel like there's someone you've been waiting around on. You've been waiting on them to come around, waiting on them to change, waiting on them to get it together. And you're really concerned at this point, where you're like, hey, maybe I've been waiting too long. You know, something's not adding up. Something's not making sense. And this is something that's very heavy on your mind at this time. This also indicates financial difficulties. So some of you are having financial difficulties. Now, don't forget you have this Two of Swords here. So this does indicate peace. But I feel that, you know, you may be deciding, I would have a lot more peace if I didn't have to worry about you any longer. Some of you are worried about paying a particular bill, a particular expense. But with this Hermit here, you know, this is you. And this is all about searching, investigating, looking for answers. A small percentage of you are actually hiring a private investigator. I do pick that up for a small percentage of you, like private eye. You'll know if that applies to you or not. I feel like it's very few, but either way. This Hermit, you're digging for answers. Research, investigation. You want to know what's going on because you're tired of your emotional state being up and down. You're tired of feeling like everything's just perfect with this person. It's like there's moments where everything is great, and then there's moments where you're questioning, well, do they care about me at all? It's like heavy emotional fluctuation, and it's starting to take a toll on you at this time. It is starting to take a toll on you, on your emotional well-being, on your mental well-being. With the Queen of Discs here, for some of you, you may be dealing with an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. It does not have to be, but this is resentment. It's feelings of bitterness. It's like someone has been very cold and calculative. That's what I'm picking up here. Someone may be suddenly going cold on you. Like all of a sudden, you're not getting a response. When everything was just fine and dandy before. Everything was just fine and dandy. And then, you know, and for some of you, this may be, it may relate to 8 days, 8 weeks, 8 months, or the month of August may be significant in some kind of way. For some of you, you've been in this relationship for 8 years. Because I'm noticing both of these 8s here. So I feel like they're of significance. That's why some of you are so invested and you're so determined to get down to the truth. It's like you're tired of waiting. Everything is fine. And, you know, they're all touchy-feely and, you know, they're telling you this and it's working out. And then all of a sudden, you don't hear from them. And for some of you, someone stood you up. Or left you hanging in some kind of way. And with this Queen of Discs here, you know, this is like when you're ignoring someone. This is your energy. You know, you are Earth. So some of you, you're going to do this where you're just going to suddenly, I did say earlier, some of you may just suddenly leave. You may just get in your vehicle and leave. And block someone, like where you're not responding to them anymore. For others of you, this is, vice versa, where it's the other way around. But I'm definitely seeing like an argument here, someone leaving, and then the other person not responding. And it's like you're questioning, well, what happened? What's going on? Where are they really going? I feel like someone is suddenly going cold here. And if they do this, after, like if you're questioning them and then they just get on the defensive and blow up, I feel like you're no longer going to feed into it. Like you might be dealing with someone where that's what they do to manipulate you. Like you ask them something that's perfectly reasonable to ask a person, and then they flip out and make a really big deal out of it. And it's just giving away their guilt. And I feel like previously you may have tried to smooth it over. You may have said, oh, I'm sorry I've asked that. It's abuse is what it is. But either way, I feel like you're not feeding into it anymore, and you're not letting it get to you anymore. Like I said earlier, you're deciding, I'm just going to take the high road. And sometimes in life, we don't get the answers to everything. And, maybe it's just not meant to be. So I feel like you're giving it to God, so to speak. You're searching for a higher power. You're praying for guidance from a higher power. You're very focused on your faith, your spirituality, your intuition. It's telling you something's not right, or this relationship is not meant to work out. Someone's behaving this way on purpose. Like if they're trying to start a fight, it's like you're knowing why they're really doing that. I feel like you're not feeding into it. You may be searching behind the scenes, but I feel like in terms of arguing back with them, you're not going to do that anymore. There is some bitterness that I'm picking up here as well. And I feel like, I can't blame you. I can't blame you for feeling that way. I'm also getting like some type of news being delivered here. Some of you, some type of news is being delivered. It may be something that is traveling to you. Small percentage that could be like a legal document. You may find something in a vehicle. I feel like you're being quiet and you're being observative. And you're searching. Like you're not going to argue with them anymore. You're just going to decide that, you're just going to be sneaky about it. Like you might be, digging around behind the shadows, checking up on them in other ways. You could be checking up on their social media. Or tracking their location somehow, like with a vehicle, some of you guys. With the Prince of Discs showing up here in the outcome, again, this is someone who is stubborn and hard-headed, but, it's the Prince. So it's like someone who just tells you whatever they need to tell you temporarily, but really they're not being honest. And that's what, that's what I've been saying this whole time. It's like you're coming to the conclusion that they're just a liar. They've disappointed you time and time again. You don't trust them, and they're just telling you whatever they need to tell you to temporarily pacify you. And I feel like you're thinking about this. You're adding things up. Some of you are going to have a sudden epiphany moment where you suddenly, it's like you see the picture. You see the bigger picture. Like you may have not, known why they were behaving this way, but they can't hide it anymore. It's like they've been hiding things. They can't hide it anymore, is what I feel. Even if you can't put your finger on it 100%, you at least know something. Like, when you have that intuitive feeling that, someone's sneaking around behind your back or something like that. It's like some of you have that feeling. You might not know who it's with, or where they are. But it's like you know something's going on. And as I said, you know, you're wanting answers, but I feel that you're just deciding, you know, let them have it. Let them have it. I can move on. I'm going to redirect my energy. I'm going to redirect my focus. I can do better than you. That's what I feel here. I can do better than you. I may have lost myself for a little bit, but I'm not feeding into that. You're not feeding into it. This person has overwhelmed you. This is where you're feeling, you know, stressed out, overwhelmed. With the Lover's card here, this means a decision needs to be made. Okay? And very often this is where we feel trapped or bound to a person. But either way, you know, it's decisions. I feel like it's decision time here. Some of you are thinking about relocating, traveling. The world is all about new opportunities as well. So you may be seeking new opportunities online. Some of you are online dating. Others of you, you're looking for a job like outside of your environment. I feel it's like you just want to get away. Some of you guys, this may be a, you know, a trip, a vacation where you're just saying, you know what, I just need a break. I just need a break. That's what I feel. I feel like you really need a break. You need to unwind. And this is very often when someone's been wearing a mask, when someone has been false. It's like feeling like the rug is being pulled out from under you. And, you know, it sends you spiraling. So I feel like, you know, you're having to make a decision. Yeah, 3 of Swords. So this is, you know, heartbreak, feeling very hurt. Some of you are going to find something online, or a text message, a picture, going through somebody's call log. It's like you're stumbling across something here. And I feel like you knew it. You knew it. So even though it's going to disappoint you, I don't feel like you're going to be just, you know, totally distraught. Because I feel like you knew it. You felt something was off. You knew it. You went looking for answers. You found them. And now it's decision time. Are you going to make amends with them? Are you going to have this agreement with them? Or are you just going to decide to move on? That's what this strength is for a lot of you, where you're saying, you know, I'm stronger than this. I'm better than this. I can make it through this. So even though this has been, you know, emotionally daunting, I honestly feel that it is empowering you. It is sparking something in you where it has made you, like, instead of allowing yourself to fall into heartbreak, don't allow yourself to fall into this. I feel like instead, refocus and, you know, strive towards, like some of you, it's where you want another partner. You want someone who's going to treat you right, someone who's going to do you right. And I feel like you're putting your best foot forward, you're getting out there, and you're like, you know what, I'll show you. I can do better than that. Others of you, this is in a job opportunity where you are climbing the ladder with success, career, money. And I feel like that is going to bring you happiness. That's going to bring, you know, sometimes they say the best revenge is success, right? Like that's what some of you are thinking right now. So again, there's decisions to be made. Are you gonna work things out? Are you gonna renew the relationship? Are you gonna forgive them? Are you gonna, you know, accept their apology? Can you accept it? Can you forgive them? Or are you just gonna go on your own way and focus on bettering yourself? I feel like a lot of you guys, it's like you're deciding, you know, not doing this anymore. Not doing it. I feel like a lot of you are like, I've been too nice, I've been too kind, I've been walked all over, and I'm just going to go cold. And, you know, like I said, I feel like it's actually empowering you. Like, although I'm typically, you know, although we're very empathetic people, sometimes we just have to put our foot down. And I feel like you don't want to negotiate anymore. It's like you don't want to hear it. You just want to focus on you, and you just want to focus on your money, your success. Some of you, like I said, it's a new relationship, or you're looking for a new relationship. It's like you're getting back out there. So, big time decisions to be made, but, you know, I just feel like you're deciding, you know what, it's more trouble than it's worth. All you're doing is imposing worries on me, imposing burdens on me. So you do have new opportunities coming in, but, you know, of course, that requires closing a door first. And notice the eye here. It's like I said, you're focused and you're having this realization. Yeah, 8 of Cups. So this does indicate walking the way, turning your back, being done with it. Okay, you guys, that concludes your reading, and I will see you in the month of May.